mainstream, main ocean. That's how we do things. I have a special guest here, Mr. Get Your Popcorn Ready.
Was goody, guys.
We're just gonna go through a couple of things and bring my weekly outlook that you all get on your Blackberries and your iPhones and your 1980 phones, and the blings that go off and all the emails. You know how I do it. Just let me just straight jump into it, get into the point. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give my opinion on the matches that are happening this week.
Okay.
And I also want another, because you and me have been going back and forth for quite some time.
Yeah, I think
I've only picked you to win once.
Nah, I don't even think you picked me at all.
I picked you to win once.
Okay.
You actually contacted me directly, counseled my offices directly, and you told me it's about time that I started getting things right. And then the next week I turned right around and had you losing.
Next 2 weeks, and then I just won one of those games.
You've proved me wrong, except the one time that I picked you to lose. I picked you to win. I was correct. So let's just hop right into it. Let's hop right into it.
Yes.
We have not the original Venti Ocho. We have Venti Ocho.
That's the fake one.
Versus one of my favorites, Menetroid.
Oh boy.
So this is like a bye week for Menetroid. I'm just being honest with you. CBS has them with a 56-point advantage.
Wow.
Just about.
That's big.
I don't even know if we should waste camera time talking about this game. But you can go ahead and tell me, your opinion on the game.
All right. Looking at Menetroid's matchup, like I said, I already see. I know who he's got. I know he's got Joe Flack. I know he's got Peyton Hillis. We all know what he's done this year. Thomas Jones.
Pause. Let's talk about that Peyton Hillis pickup. The week that they were playing Baltimore. This is the same guy who started them against one of the better defenses in the league. What do you think about that move right there?
You know what? Let me give my honest opinion on it right now. Based on last year's projection of what I was doing, normally when we have those kind of waiver wire pickups that need to be picked up, I'll give an example. Like you said, Peyton Hillis is one of them. When we get to the other ones, we'll talk about it right now. I should be making those kind of pickups because that's what took me to the championship.
Yeah.
So when he made that pickup, and that was also the same week that he picked up Mike Vick.
Absolutely. I think combined it's
so when you look at Mike Vick and Peyton Hillis, that's a hell of a pickup. And he keeps, so I just can't knock the man because he just had like when you look at that two pickups, that's eventually what I think is gonna need to overtake, Miami Vengeance to get that last playoff spot. I know he's a sore subject for Miami Vengeance, and I'm sure everybody sees the poll that is up on the CBS page, so you can actually just give your opinion on it. But I actually think Menetroid eventually is going to take that number 4 seed in the AFC to take it away from Miami Bay. But that's another point though. When you look at those pickups, you look at what he started with and you look at what he's done since then, and then you look at like the Lorian Terrain, Killen Williams pickup too. That's that's just sheer geniuses.
Just going based on the starting lineup this week, I think he only has 1 or 2 original members they drafted.
Yeah. Like I said, I think Joe Flacco was an original player.
Check this out.
Yes.
Joe Flacco's not even selected to start this week. He's going with Sean Hill.
And that's a hell of a pickup. Because they're going against the New England Patriots. And that secondary is young. And, part of me, I know Detroit actually throws the ball at least like 49 times a game. So that's actually, a smart move on his end. Like I said, Sean Hill, Peyton Hillis, Joe Flacco, Sean Hill, Peyton Hillis, Thomas Jones. Wide receivers, I know he's got Calvin Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Miles Austin. Tight end, I know, he's got Jacob Tamming, who's playing, Sunday night against San Diego. And then, I know he's got two very good defenses too in Tennessee and, New Orleans. I actually don't know who's starting, but whether it goes with Tennessee defense or, it goes with New Orleans defense, that's just still... let's just put it this way, right? The fake Venti Ocho or the House of Bastides or Nuki's Battle. I don't know. The man has changed so many. He's changed his name so many times. Actually, shout out to Paulie though, because I did get Maurice Jones-Drew and D-Jack from him from Mentor.
Did you pay for that?
You know, what do you mean pay for that? We made a trade. There's not. Contrary to what you've heard from JB, aka Joey, aka Miami Vengeance, aka Collusion Brother, aka aka Conspiracy Theory Starter. I just made that trade based on a very, very good sales speech and just making a deal at the time. I did give up Mendenhall. I'm sure, you know, Miami Vengeance wouldn't have given up Ahmad Brasher to get that deal done. So I did give up my best running back to get those two players.
True, I mean,
so, you know, shout out to Paulie though, you know, but you know, this is Paulie's first year in our league, so next year might be different.
I'm just gonna leave it alone.
So
the bottom line is Paulie have a shot?
Man, no, there's no shot. Men and Troy.
Men and Troy takes it by CBS projection about 60 points.
I don't know about 60.
He's been averaging since week 3 approximately 135 plus points a week.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
So I expect him to take it. Let's just, you know, leave it at that.
Next we have Simon Says, which I really personally don't know nothing about. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sean. And once prior champion who actually beat me the first year by 1 point. Lucky him. Big Bullies.
Wow.
This probably would be the game of the week.
Actually, let me put it this way, right? It's not been a good past 3, 4, 5 weeks for Simon Says, aka Sean, and the reason why it's been, you know, you can pretty much just call Arian Foster the matchup killer, because ever since Arian Foster has been on that offense, he's pretty much just killed any single thing that you know, matchup can do, and you can see that in Sean the past 2 weeks has actually been going with Josh Freeman. So you know what happens with that. Javid Best is probably not even going to play this week. Outside of the first game, which Javid Best had 2 TDs, and that, you know, 200 yards, like 2 TD games in, like, you know, in week, I think 3. I think he's averaged like less than 40 yards the past 6 games. So, you know, Javid Best ain't helping him. LT still LT is doing good. You know, T.O. is T.O. You know, I can't, you know, the man is just that nice. Dez is Dez, but I just don't, you know, I don't think his chances are very, very well.
Well, I mean, because I'm an Atlanta fan, you know, shout out to Atlanta.
Big Bullies.
Matt Ryan and Roddy White have been going off. And I played Big Bullies last week.
Wow.
And Matt Ryan went off. Roddy White didn't go off. Probably, maybe his season low. Don't quote me. But everyone else on his team went off. He has Santonio Holmes,
124 yards, and I think the TD.
Frank Gore.
Yeah, I know Frank Green.
Mercedes Lewis, who's finally starting to play great.
Exactly.
Mike Wallace, who did damage.
Big Ben. Shout out to Big Ben coming back. You know, it's, you know, I think Big Ben and Mike Wallace average, I think, the most 40+ yard touchdowns in the whole league. They've had, I think, 6 in their careers together.
Just go deep, huh?
You know, so, you know, the boy, you know, so they just go deep, you know. And, you know, in that second running back position, he has, you know, the boy, you know, he does have the boy, what's his name, you know,
he's got
Brandon Jackson, you know, who's doing...
On the bench, he's got Marion Barber, who's no use. Shout out to Dallas. And, you know, I mean...
So let's just say what we pick.
Our pick, Big Bulls.
Big Bulls. It's what do you call it? It's just the way it is. Big Bullies, we picked them. I think.
All right, so real simple. We cleared it up. Little technical difficulties. We're back. Simple. We picked Big Bullies.
Yes, Big Bullies over Simon
without question.
Yes.
But I do think that Simon Says is up there for Rookie of the Year.
Definitely. It's his first year in our league.
So
and it looks like he's still going to make the playoffs. So,
absolutely. I mean, and then once you get there, anything can happen.
Yep.
But for this week, that's what it is. Also, you know, I'm gonna save our matches for later on. I'm gonna hop up there and say, which could be another Collusion Brothers, Bitch Slappers and Big Blue Wrecking Crew or Tonka Toy.
Wow.
Or, you know, the league has different names. Shout out to the guy in the league who had a shirt made because he went to the championship, I believe.
Yes.
You didn't see at the draft, he had a shirt.
I did.
Where's my shirt? I want a shirt. So when you get your shirt done, make sure you holler at me, make sure you holler at him, because we, you know,
so that's the scoring champ, I'm actually the defending champ. You know?
Yeah, defending champ, scoring champ, and I've been to the championship year before, 3rd place last year. I cash checks, he cashes checks.
Most
you pay our checks. But
yeah, you know, you know what? I will have to say this right now, you know, because I'm probably one of a lot of people who got deals done this year. You know, shout out to Big Blue Wrecking Crew with the Drew Breezy deal. He did get Carson Palmer and Fred Jackson off me, you know, but you see what Fred has been doing, you know. So like I said, when if you want to trade, I'm the guy to trade because you get production. But
well, first let's talk about what some can call collusion. Is
some of the trades that
not
the
you.
5 for 3.
Big Bully sent out a lot of his team to bitch slappers. I don't think if you remember.
I think it was that 5 for 3. That was like that 5 for 3
yeah,
deal.
it was a large. Things about a 6-person deal, and then people were complaining and saying that Big Blue's season was over,
so it was just
and Bitch Slappers still had a chance.
Yeah.
So
because I think Bitch Slappers is still number 5 in the NFC.
Yeah. He's actually in the poll. Shout out to Minotroy for putting the poll up.
Yes.
It's between for the last spot, Minotroy, Miami Vengeance, and Bitch Slappers for the last playoff spot. So
you know what, anything that happened in that way, you know.
Since the trade, don't quote me, but since the trade, I believe Bitch Slappers has lost the game, and Wrecking Crew has won a game. So it's actually panning out vice versa for the two. But 28-point advantage to Bitch Slappers.
And I think he's got he's got Kit, what do you call it, he's got Kitna, he's got AP, you got the boy Brandon Lloyd, who I actually think should be a Pro Bowler this year actually.
Mind you, this guy's not even looking at the paperwork.
Yeah, you know.
No stats.
Like I said, I know everybody. What do you call it? I know last week he dropped Ryan Fitzpatrick, picked up John Kitna. Definitely know that. I know his wide receivers has got Brandon Lloyd. And I think I believe he's got AP. I know he got Veet. I know he got Vernon Davis from actually Minotroy. I know he did also get Mike Williams from Minotroy. So I think he's got a pretty good squad to be able to beat Wrecking Crew. I know Wrecking Crew's got Carson Palmer. He's got Percy Having. He's got Johnny Knox. He's got Manningham. He's got who else do I know?
I mean, but let's be honest. Tim Hightower and Fred Jackson is just not going to get the job done. No. I'm going with
Bitch Slappers.
Going with Bitch Slappers.
Yeah, Chago. Shout out to you.
Chago, you got this one. Shout out to Chago. We've been on the phone. We never really got a deal done.
But yeah.
But as a player that's been in this league since the start, we respect. Wrecking Crew, we see you too. You made noise. You made your noise.
And you were second place last year, so you didn't make the playoffs this year, so
Wow.
Back in the day when niggas was playing like when we
I don't know. You didn't have a good draft too, You picked up Torrio and Sidney Rice. Sidney Rice in the second round, Torrio in the 13th round. Guys that were not even gonna play the first 3-4 weeks.
So real simple. Our pick, Chago, Bitch Slappers.
Yeah. What's that?
Next one is a little interesting, and then I got also for Rookie of the Year, Niner Nation versus Eric Eatface.
Okay.
Shout out to Eric.
I just have to say this to you right now. Niner Nation, shout out to you on the squad that you got together. But I think your team is elite. The dude is leading everybody by close to 200 points.